Welcome, everybody. We have another focused strength circuit split today. If you enjoyed our Tuesday workout this week where we focused on legs and core, I know you're going to enjoy this one as well. We're going to get after some upper body muscle groups. So we're going to go between our back and our chest. So very strategic with the muscle group pairing. I do have my Select Tech 552 adjustable dumbbells as well as a bench today. However, you can do body weight and you also can do all the exercises without a bench. I'm just going to show you a bench option. So we're going to start with some very dedicated mobility. This is an all levels workout. So if you're just joining, just jumping in, don't feel like you need to have any prior experience. You can always jump in with my workouts wherever. So we're going to go ahead and take a big deep breath in and we're going to do some mobility specific warm-ups for our upper body to get in prime position. So inhale and lift and exhale and give me 2 more. And I'm watching that clock. We're going to go 30 seconds for each of our mobility moves. And we're going to start with a nice big twist, warming up through the spine, getting the arms out to the side, reaching as long as you can, and trying to just create a lot of length in the body. So a lot of our mobility warm-up is about opening up the body and creating space, activating the muscle groups that we want to have access to, which next we're going to get into a little bit of a chest and a back opener. I'm going to hold us here for about 15 more seconds in case you started a little late behind that 30-second mark. Good. And if you're coming in live, make sure you say what's up. Hi, A. Logan. Hi, Sharon. I always got your comments up nice and big so I can see you. Hi, Leanne. All right, next work. Hi, Joseph. Okay, next one, you're going to come forward and you're going to dive and then you're going to open up and really open up through the chest. So let's do that again together. So dive forward, thinking about your upper back, then keep your core tight, reach up, open through the chest. So we sweep, we lift, and we pull. Nice job. Sweep forward, reach up, and open up. So once you have it, make it a little bit more fluid. 15 more seconds. Nice. And then we are going to get into the lower body because as we get through some of our back exercises specifically, we'll be in a bent over position, meaning I want your glutes to be on, your adductors to be warm. And that's what we're going to hit now. So take it side to side, thinking about constantly pushing the booty back, but keeping the core tight. Now tuck your chin. I know a lot of times if we're hitting a side to side lunge, we're looking up. We want to see what's happening in front of us. The goal specifically for this mobility warm-up is to think long through your upper body and shoot the hips back, stretch through the hamstrings as well as your adductor. Nice job. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bend, extend. Take that a little step further. So bend and then push the hips up. So this is getting a little bit more focused on your adductors and your hamstrings. Nice. Perfect. Keep going. You want to be glute dominant, so abs tight as well to help support that. And then you're using, actually, your hamstrings will help you stretch your glutes. So pull up, or I should say the reverse. Your glutes will help stretch your hamstrings. So your glutes are helping pull you up. Good. Finish one more. And then come all the way to the top. Squeeze your glutes. Think about a deadlift. Come all the way up. Roll the shoulders back. And let's get set. Okay, so we're going to actually focus in our first set of exercises today on single sides. So if you recall, we did that on Tuesday with our lower body where we did single leg deadlifts, single leg squats. So I want you to select a weight that you feel good about for single arm chest press, and then for the next exercise, we'll hit single arm row. I will be utilizing my bench. As I mentioned, you can also do this 100% on the floor as well. So let's get in position. We're going to start in 10 seconds. So we're going to start with our bench chest press, or you can do this 100% on the floor as well. And we're going to go one arm at a time. The goal is 8 to 10. Let's begin. 8 to 10 with a switch in the middle. So really take your time, focus. You're going to feel that your core actually needs to turn on a little bit more as we're hitting that single side. But as the name of these workouts imply, we are focusing very intently and taking it into a single side focus as well. All right, finish that last one. You're going to give me a nice, easy transition to the other side. And press it on up. And I'm watching the clock just to make sure that I keep us on pace, but you can absolutely go inward, focus on your reps as I want you to. And I'm accounting for that transition time, so don't worry. So 8 to 10 per arm. And the beautiful thing is we're making sure that each side matches in strength. Good, keep going. You got about 3 more seconds. And done. Okay, transition. We're gonna flip over to a 1-arm row. Now again, you can do this on the floor, or I am gonna utilize the bench. I'm giving us a little bit more time to get in position. I'm gonna slide this in a little closer for us. All right, we're gonna start in 10 seconds. The biggest thing I want you to think about is wrist under shoulder. Keep your body nice and stacked. 8 to 10 reps. And let's begin. So 1-arm row. I have to say, this is a staple in my back routine for the main reason of being able to just isolate one side and ensure that I'm getting the same amount of work on both arms. Hi, Dixie. Oh, tennis elbow. Well, you know what? You definitely want to be mindful of exercises that might exacerbate it, but do your best. All right, guys, go ahead and finish your last rep. Switch. I like to call these quick switches because you can get in position pretty quickly, right? All right, begin. Up, and then as you release that arm, make sure you're not just letting everything sink. You really are extending, but keeping your lats engaged. Just like I was mentioning with our lateral lunge warm-up, keep that chin tucked, keep your gaze down. Exhale. Beautiful work. Keep going, team. You are almost there. And time. Okay, we're gonna go back to the 1-arm chest press. The transitions are quick and easy. Let's start here in 10 seconds. Second set. Now, because these are opposing muscle groups, your chest is fresh because your back just did the work. And let's go. So back to our 1-arm chest press. And every time we do a new set, it's an opportunity to get a little bit better with the form. And I also want you to be thinking about your resistance. Challenging, but also you're able to hit a really solid range of motion. So there's a lot to think about, but there's always a benefit to putting more thought into something. You get better results. Okay, let's switch sides. Always thinking about safety first as we're switching. Exhale. Thinking about range of motion on both sides. And I'm saying that just for me personally. So this side, I always like to share so you know that you're not alone. This side for me has a little less range of motion. Usually our dominant side could be a little bit tighter, right? So I have to be really mindful of I work on mobility on that side a little bit more, and then really track and move through that form really safely. All right, finish that last rep. Come on up. And 1-arm row, second round. Hi, Raul. Well, thank you. I hope you are joining us in this workout today. All right, I'll give you guys 10 seconds. As I quickly do the math, that's just so I know. Okay, 30-second mark. Ready, core tight, get in position. 1 arm, go. And you guys know these are guides on time. It's just to keep us within our allotted 25 minutes so I can maximize it. But don't let me dictate your reps. If you have 1 more rep, finish it on that side. Or if you start to fatigue and you're like, I can't do 1 more rep, please end your set there. Great job. 5 more seconds. Good. And let's switch sides. I'm just going to flip to the other side of my bench. That's the true quick switch option, right? All right, begin. Now, if you're not using a bench, you can be doing this standing, just tipping at your hips. And we're actually going to utilize that position here in our second block. So my elbow's coming up right by my side. Remember, think about putting that weight in your pocket, squeezing through your lats, tucking your chin. and trying not to overstress at your neck. So you're not crunched up, but you're also not letting the weight drop. You want to find that really neutral time right there, that really neutral positioning. Okay, we're doing 3 rounds. So we're going back to our chest press. The sets are really straightforward, just challenging. Okay, get ready. 3rd round, 1-arm chest press, and begin. And the answer is yes, we move quickly, because the theme is let's get in, let's get it done. And we got 25 minutes, so we can absolutely get a lot of work in. And if you're new, you will learn quickly, and the transitions will start to feel better and better, trust me. Good, keep going. You got 5 more seconds, please. 3rd set, and switch. You definitely will feel that fatigue set in a little bit more. And begin your next side. So if you want to take a little weight off on these 3rd sets, you absolutely can. So just be mindful. Also pulling in that core even tighter. And making sure those reps match. But the last set's always the opportunity to have your best set. Good, 5 more seconds. And if you're wondering what my other arm's doing, I'm always kind of counterbalancing the weight. All right, time. Come on up. 1-arm row, 3rd set. We'll take a little bit of a break in between these 2 blocks because I split it up today, and we will take a little break to grab water, shake it out. Get in position with me, chin tucked, wrist under that shoulder, and let's go. Good, give me that nice little squeeze at the top. Remember back to when we were doing our tempo training. I always want to pull on that and think about that quick little isometric squeeze at the top and then control on the way down. I will say too, mind-muscle connection, sometimes it is really beneficial to do these single-sided movements to establish great mind-muscle connections. Go ahead and switch on each side because you have very dedicated focus. That was also a big reason why. Yay, I'm so glad. 1-arm row, other side. Lori, I'm so glad. Lori says she's loving this workout. It's a different pace, right? Once we're in the sets, it's a really different focus. Hence the name, but it's a good switch up. Definitely have time to focus in these sets on both sides. All right, you guys, you got about 5 more seconds on this lead. Time. All right, as promised, a little bit of a break here. Go ahead and set your weight back in because you might want to adjust it as I explain what's coming up in our next block. But grab a sip of water. Also, this movement right here that we started with today, as well as this movement right here, is what I want you to utilize for the next minute. Take a little bit of a breather, and then also while you're doing those mobility moves, watch me. So our first move, we're gonna utilize our bench again, or you can do this on the floor, and we're gonna hit bench chest flies. And we're going with both arms in this next block. So the reason I want you to drop a little weight off is because you're gonna get a little bit more reps, potentially, because we have a full minute. Then we're gonna come up, and we're gonna hit a 2-arm, but I want you to come up with a rotation. So we're gonna rotate, and our elbows are coming up towards the ceiling, but we are gonna rotate towards an underhand grip for that 2-arm row. That minute goes fast. Grab your last sip of water, do your final stretches, and then grab your weight selection and get to either the floor or your bench. And we have chest flies. And I don't anticipate you will necessarily be switching weight in between the two. That's why I paired these muscle groups together today, because you want chest and back to be pretty comparable. All right, a little bit behind that minute mark, but we're all good. Start with that fly. So your goal for this is 10 to 15. So you can still stay in that 10 rep range if you want to go heavier and stay slow. But you can also inch it up just a little bit more since we have time. Exhale. Great job. Slow, controlled. You got this. We're working the chest in a little bit of a different angle. Palms are facing each other. When you come out to the side, you want to be mindful of the range of motion. Slight bend in your elbow, don't lock it out. And exhale as you press up on top. Nice job. Keep going. I'm just going to work us into our next transition. You have 3, 2, 1, pop up. Okay, 2 arm, and we're going to do a little bit of that rotation for our row. So just a reminder, I start in a neutral grip and then rotate as I come up. Come with me. Rotational row, and then come back to neutral. Good. You can also stay with the row underhand grip if that rotation feels funky to you. Otherwise, give me a little bit of that movement pattern. Good, as we come up and down. And then if you want to take breaks in between, if you have a lot of weight, you can also make it a deadlift and an underhand row. And that gives you a little bit of a chance for your core to catch up in between if you're going heavy. I'm just giving you a lot of tips. Same rep range, 10 to 15. Showing you different angles as well. You come all the way up. Nice rotation. And what we're doing, just so you guys know, the reason I switch up grips is we just angle it a little bit, target the muscle a little bit differently. You have 5 more seconds. It just gives your body a different stimulus. Break. Okay, back to our flies. And it's good to switch it up. All the angles, all the rep ranges, speeds, exercises. The options are endless. All right, chest flies. Here we go, second round. Exhale and press it up. Inhale and exhale. Great job. We're also getting a ton of volume in these workouts as well. So be thinking about that squeeze on top. Very nice. So especially with chest, you want to be thinking, well, actually chest and back, and I would say probably most muscle groups. You want to be thinking about squeezing your pecs on top. Very nice work. And transition with me now. Great job. Double arm rotational row coming up next. Tipping at the hips, so slight bend in your knees. Push your booty back. And we got set number 2, team. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Come up. Very nice. And I always like to give myself that extra little squeeze on top. Keep your chin tucked. Elbows coming up towards the ceiling. Now also, as you're squeezing up, be mindful that you're not moving your body to get the squeeze. The squeeze is through your back. If you find that you're moving too much, it's probably because you have a little bit too much weight. Another option, you can drop always to singles. And that's another way to switch it up. Get more reps in and not have to completely stop or switch out your weight. You got 10 more seconds. Doing good. 3, 2, 1, time. Third round, last set of each. Go ahead and get back to that bench. We got one more set of each. And then a really well-deserved stretch here at the end. Okay, arms up. Starting right now, hit it. Last set of flies. Now, if you're feeling the transition, you're like, man, I have enough energy as we get to each exercise. That is because, as I mentioned, these are opposing muscle groups. So our back is breaking right now taking a break. That doesn't sound very good. Our back is getting a little rest break while our chest works. And then the opposite, when we stand up, hit those rows, our chest is taking a break while our back works. So you got a really nice 60 to 75 second break in between exercises. Great job, you guys. 15 more seconds here. Really make sure those abs are pulling in, supporting you. Last 5. And finish your last rep, meet me on top. We have our rotating row, last set, and then plenty of time to stretch, which is so exciting. So bend your knees, booty back, arms in front, and rotational row. Last set. Nice job. Also with this rotational row, you get that much more range of motion. Do you feel it? Because you get a little bit more of a squeeze on top, and you can really open up through your chest and release. Notice I'm not dropping my weight down. Trying to give you all the form cues and all the angles. Squeeze halfway. If your low back, as I mentioned, becomes a limiting factor, come up in between. And by limiting factor, I mean if your core is starting to struggle a little bit on keeping you stable and supported, that's your option. Especially when we're working with heavier weight, take that option as you need to. 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, go ahead and set those weights back down. Fantastic work. No rush now. We're just gonna focus on stretching, and I am gonna utilize the bench because it's a great way to get into our back and our chest a little bit more. You can also use a chair, your couch, anything where you can have a little bit of a step up. But first, grab those elbows, little spine twist. This is like one of the magic mobility moves that I always say, do this every day as many times as you can. Feels so good on that spine. Okay, come down. We're gonna go on a single side. Let's do the theme even in our stretch, and we're gonna focus on lats and then chest. So come into facing whatever you have as far as putting your arm up onto a height so you can sink back into your hips and get more of a stretch. I'll do my arm facing you first. So keep your abs tight, push back, thumb up towards the ceiling. Now get in all of your alignment, get all that really great positioning in your body. So tuck your chin, keep your abs in tight, then push your booty back. And now focus on the length through your lats. If you feel your shoulder start to light up a little bit, your shoulder might be so tight that it's harder for you to get into your lats. So that will also just indicate where you can focus a little bit more. I changed my mind. We're going to switch sides. Go into the other side. Same positioning. So core tight. Booty back, chin tucked, thumb up. Find that positioning, find that angle that feels like you're getting into your lats. Give me that beautiful stretch. All right, we're going to go back to our first side, and we're going to stretch through our chest. So imagine, without me picking up my bench and bring it to the other side, or hey, look, you can stretch on your dumbbells as well. I want you to just take one arm out, slight bend, and you're just going to give me a little bit of a chest opener here. You can absolutely do this on the floor as well. And then I'll show you as we switch sides. You can utilize the bench. And for static stretching at the end, 20 to 30 seconds for each side. And you want to be really gentle, mindful of the shoulder capsule. So try not to give too much of an angle. It's a gentle stretch through the chest. And now let's switch to the other side. So one arm's going to be up. And then again, just a nice gentle chest stretch. So I'm not pushing my shoulder down too much towards the floor. Good job. You can also create some length through the bicep. Hello, hello. Speaking of biceps, we are going to be doing an arm and shoulder specific workout next week. All right, go ahead and face your bench. Elbows on top. Here's that great shoulder stretch. So you're going to sink back. And you can move in and out of it, or you can extend. Stretching is all about finding what feels good for you. I look forward to the stretches. I know a lot of times it's the last thing where you're like, I'm clicking out. I'll give myself 4 more extra minutes to do whatever else, but I'm telling you, the extra minutes that you spend, or I'm always going to encourage that you do more after, it really pays off. Your results are going to be a culmination of, go ahead and come up, a culmination of your strength workout, but also the mobility you start with, the stretching you do after, the mobility and stretching you do on active recovery days, and then the HIIT training that you do for heart health. So it all comes full circle. It all matters. That's why I sprinkle it all in through our week. Okay, big deep breath in to finish. Exhale. One more. Do you feel the heaviness in those arms? I hope you just said, ooh, I'm going to feel that workout tomorrow. All right, team, great job. And if you're doing this on replay, make sure you drop a hello in the comments so I can know that you came by and also get to know you if I haven't gotten to know you yet. All of you guys that were live, I love seeing you guys live. Thank you for always carving out time in your schedule, ready to go. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And look forward to more of our focused strength splits coming up next week, Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and reach out if you have questions in the meantime. But make it a fantastic day. Drink a lot of water, eat something healthy, and I will see you guys next class. Bye, team.